Okay, so before we officially start the show, because there's three of us now, it's probably a good idea. I probably should have put this in the chat, but fuck it, we're doing it live. We're going to limit our consumption pieces to 3 each. That way we can get this done in a reasonable amount of time, and all of us can get just the important things in, and we'll call this shit a day.
Sure, Chase will be like persona.
Pretty much. Oh man, I'll talk about that on the actual show.
But before we get started, I was going to say, you and Blue.
I got a question.
Okay, go ahead.
I got a question for Sam. At the time, in the early days, did we do a top 3 show? You and I?
We did 2 of them.
We did 2 of them? We did 2 top 3 shows?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you lose all that?
All of it got lost. It's somewhere. I just don't know exactly where it is, but it all got lost.
Some of it was on TalkShoe, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, TalkShoe. TalkShoe had some sort of thing with their servers, and everything prior to like 2015 was just gone. So yeah, it all just was gone. And look, they didn't even tell anybody. You had no idea until you went to the website. Somebody was talking. I was talking about an old episode, and I was going to find it, and then that's when I saw the post about what happened to all of the stuff, because pretty much everything there was before 2015, basically.
There was a website a long time ago called Urbis, where people would post their writings and people would critique it, but you could only read your critiques if you critiqued on someone else's. Like, you build up points.
Wow.
And that was a cool site. And then all of a sudden, one day, everything's just gone. Everybody's work is gone. People were really, really mad about that.
I can understand that.
They didn't say nothing to nobody. Their site was just gone.
Damn, that sucks. All right, are you just not using the camera today?
Yeah, I'm in a room with boxes and stuff. You don't want to see that.
I mean, don't nobody normally want to see my fucking those Guitar Hero drums that used to be in the back behind me, but the chairs got moved around, so now the chairs and stuff are behind me now, and the Rock Band drums are moved somewhere else.
You guys hear yourselves?
No.
Because every time you guys talk, my mic little thing moves.
I don't know, because I definitely do not hear me.
We'll bring it up.
Yeah, me neither.
Can one of you guys bring it up on your phone or something? See how it sounds?
I'll pull it up on YouTube.
Hey, so it's all the time it's going to be this link, right? The appear.in/Scarcasm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll save that.
Everything sounds fine on YouTube.
For you guys?
Yep. I only hear me once.
Okay. It's just weird. It's weird. But anyway, as long as it sounds fun.
So as far as consumption, it's only 3 things total, like 1 show and 1 game, or what were you talking about?
I think 3 games, 3 shows.
Oh, okay. I don't think I had 3
It actually does sound a little bit funny on YouTube. Like when me and Sam talk, it's like a slight kind of an echoey type thing, but it's not like I speak and then you hear me say the same thing again. It's like 2 of us are talking at the same time.
That seems like what it looks like on OBS. Like when you talk, it's my mic and you guys doing it at the same time. But when I turn my headphones down,
no, three things. No, 3 things. 3 things as far as what we're watching, and 3 things in what we're.
Okay.
Actually, you know something? I was just listening to you say that like a minute ago, and then I responded to what I'm listening to in YouTube.
Really?
But yeah, it's three.
No, I thought you were just on a weird delay or something for a second.
No, okay, so it's three things that we're listening to, and three things that we're watching, three things that we're playing.
Well, that's how I always understood it.
Yeah. So no, not three things total, just three things in both of those categories. I totally just heard that. I remember you saying that, but that was at the same time I was listening to YouTube. And then I responded to the YouTube. Okay, fine.
I tried to do a GWC with Quint maybe about 2 weeks ago. His signal where he's at, it's really, really bad. So everything was coming in on delay. I would say something and he would respond 7 seconds later.
So it was just like the news. You know what I'm saying?
Right? Yeah.
Like when you're going down to Quint, who's on the scene.
He stares off in the
Thanks,
street.
Bob. It just paused for a second. Be like,
yeah, it was kind of. I mean, I'll let you hear it just so you can see how bad it is. And
oh no, I understand because his internet has always been shitty. Like, the first episode of Scarcasm, it's really bad. Like, it was so bad. I started calling him Q3PO.
oh,
like,
that's why you call him that. Okay.
Yeah, because his internet was that bad on the very first episode of Scarcasm.
Yeah, no, because I think I said some pretty funny shit. That's why I'm like, okay, I would have put it out there, but at the same time, I couldn't really. It's really, really the delay is really bad.
All right, so y'all ready to do this?
Yeah, you
Just
about. Hold on.
Just let the sound be what it is, man. I heard me fine.
Okay.
As long as I sound good, that's okay. That's what Scar is saying.
Well, I messed with it and changed the audio input, and now it's fine. I don't know, it was messed up for some reason.
Then just leave it be. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Like I said, it wasn't an echo. It was more of a double.
Yeah, but that's how it's going to be on the podcast as well.
Don't care. I don't listen to them anyway. I'm notorious for saying I don't listen to podcasts that I'm on because I was there. Like, why do I need to hear all this again? I was there, right? The only thing I listen to when I edit a show is the very beginning and the very end. Those are the only things I hear, unless there's a place where there was a break in the show or something like that, and something that I need to edit out. Like, I'll go find those things, but I don't listen to shows I'm on. I just find it weird. But then also it's also weird when you're listening to yourself and you try to be objective about what you're hearing, and you're just like, I really agree with that guy. And you're like, I really agree with everything this guy is saying. But you know that you're listening to yourself, but you just can't help. Because I'm that guy that listens to podcasts and I talk back out loud. Like, that's the whole reason.
Have you ever showed you the meme of the kid like eating ice cream? He's looking at the picture of other people eating ice cream and he's laughing with them. That's what listening to podcasts is like.
Yeah. And I'm that guy, like, if I'm in my car and like someone is saying something or they're trying to like think of the answer to something and I know the answer, I will say the answer out loud. I know they can't hear me.
I bet you were terrible to watch, like, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or some shit like that with.
Yes, that and Jeopardy, and that's one of the games I've been playing. That we'll get to that. It's a trivia game.
But before we got started, I wanted to say that you and Blue will say you're a hater. You will say Blue is a hater. How about we just like come to the realization that you're both haters?
I don't think I'm a hater. I think
you guys just hate different things.
I'm realistic about the things that I like, and I understand what I like and what I don't like. The only thing that I truly hate on, The only thing that I truly, truly hate on is the Battlefield series. I fucking hate the Battlefield series. That is the only thing that I truly hate on. Like with Mass Effect, I wouldn't call me a hater. I'm just saying that Mass Effect 1, you spend way too much time in the fucking menus and converting fucking Omnigel and all of this other extra shit that the others don't have that make them better games to play. Now, neither of them can compare to the story and the world building of 1 because that established the whole thing. But as far as actually playing the game, like 1 is my least favorite. Like I rank Andromeda above 1. Andromeda is basically 1 done better.
So many people hated Andromeda, though.
I think that's EA's fault. EA fucked that whole thing up.
So let's get this thing started, man.
All right. So if you want me to explain that, I'll explain it again.
Can y'all hear me okay with my mic?
Yeah. I hear you fine. All right. Let's do this shit. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Scarfinger, and this is Scarcasm.
Woohoo!
Woo. I completely lost what I was going to say. Well, this is Scarcasm. And we're back. It's 3 the Hard Way again, which I almost named the episode 3 the Hard Way because it was the first episode with the 3 of us, which is the new, the new team, of course. I almost named it 3 the Hard Way, but I didn't want nobody to kind of misconstrue like 3 the Hard Way, like it's 3 dudes and with the hard way, like it's like maybe not. So I just called it triple threat. 1, because it was the 3 of us. 2, because by the time I got to put the show up, by the time I got around to putting the show up, I completely forgot what we talked about. So I had to find something to encompass the 3 of us in the actual show. To see, this is what Chase pretty much does the show notes. At this point. So yeah, man. So Chase is in the building.
Yep.
Sam is in the building.
How's it going, everybody?
And we're gonna get this thing popping. Gentlemen, how was your weeks? We'll start with Chase this time because I kept going to Sam first last time.
Well, my week, I think I've got better since last Sunday. I was kind of down and out about jobs and stuff, and then I listened to the episode of Nacho Friends, and they were talking about, Marcus was talking about coding and stuff. I was like, maybe I should see about that. And then I asked him what does he do and actually do and whatnot, and he was like, well, they just have some Python books on Humble Bundle, and I checked it out, and it was over $1,000 worth of Python books for $15, so I got that. And then I looked at one YouTube video about Python, and the video wasn't really that important. The ad in front of the video, this is the first time a YouTube ad has actually meant something. The ad in front of the video was about this site called Udemy, and it's kind of like college-like courses that you can take online and whatnot and get a certification, and but they're kind of go at your own pace and whatnot. So it's not like real courses per se, but there's real learning in them. You know what I mean? So I checked that out, and the top-rated Python course was on sale from $200 something to $10. So I was like, something is saying maybe I should give this shit a try. So yeah, I got that, and this whole week I've been learning some fucking Python code.
All right.
So
you're not really helping I tried to avoid the homoerotic thing, you're talking about learning how to Python and all that. You're not making it easier.
I knew it, man. I knew it because I asked Marcus, have you ever tried Python? And then in the back of my mind, I was like, if that was Scar, he would be like, no, but my wife has. And then when I talk about it on the podcast, You confirmed it. You would have said that shit.
Hey, Chase, Scar is the guy who won't eat Magnum ice cream bars.
I fucking refuse. I absolutely fucking refuse to eat Magnum ice cream.
Remember how Major Xbox, I forget his name.
Major Nelson?
Yeah, Major Nelson was going on and on about Magnum ice cream bars.
No, fuck that shit. I'm not putting nothing called a Magnum in my mouth. Like, that's just not gonna happen for no reason. Like,
I've never had a Magnum ice cream bar, but
and I never will.
I see those at Dollar Tree all the time, and every time I see them, I think of Scar.
Fuck that shit. I'm not putting nothing called a Magnum in my mouth because the other two things that are called Magnums are things I don't want to put in my mouth.
What if you're just putting it in your mouth to open it?
Nah,
Oh my God.
nope. I'm not putting nothing called a Magnum near my mouth hole. Like, that's not gonna happen for any reason at all.
Sometimes you gotta one-hand it, man.
Oh,
I don't want I don't want to put nothing called a Magnum anywhere near my mouth. How about that?
Yeah,
I just ask you, like, so how's that Magnum taste?
Yeah, but then I kind of told on myself a little bit, but I'm not gonna say why. But yeah, I ain't putting nothing called a Magnum near my mouth. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I never had the ice cream, but actually for me, it's just like it just seems like expensive Klondike bars.
You find them at Dollar Tree. I just told you.
Yeah, I know, but it's $1 for $1 a ice cream bar.
But you can get some.
You can get some at Dollar Tree too. So,
yo, you can get some like in Dollar Tree, yo. They got like these king size Snickers ice cream bars.
Oh yeah, those
bruh,
are so good,
bruh. And it's not even like the little ice cream bars.
They're usually like $2 something, like at other stores.
Nah, you can get them Jones at Dollar Tree right now, bruh. If I'm back there and I'm going home. Like if I'm like on lunch doing work or something like that, I ain't really gonna get them. But if I'm going to Dollar Tree and I'm going home, you can best believe I'm buying some of those Snickers, bro.
When I worked at GameStop in the same plaza, there was a Dollar Tree, and they used to.
That's always the case. Have you ever seen a GameStop that doesn't have a Dollar Tree near it?
It's a conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy. Conspiracy.
They had the Red Baron single pizzas. I used to get like 2 of those and eat those for lunch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dollar Tree is the best place to get those LED light bulbs. Like you can get like 2 of them for $1. When if you get, because I got them all in my house, and they're like 100-watt equivalent. And if you get them from like Lowe's or whatever, or even Walmart, it's like $5 for like one.
Yeah, but are they daylight bulbs though? See, I'm bougie. I'm like boo ghetto over here. I don't like using ghetto as an adjective, but in this kind of this kind of fits. I'm kind of boo ghetto. Like if I get an LED bulb, I want daylight bulbs. I don't want no regular ass bulbs. Like that's not how this is gonna go. So I'm gonna have to spend a little bit extra because I'm getting daylight bulbs. Straight up.
I seen a pregnancy test at Dollar Tree. Come on.
What's daylight bulbs?
It's the kind of bulb that I'm using right now where as you can see, like the bulb behind me is not. Daylight bulbs have well, if you take pictures a lot, you realize that regular light bulbs kind of have an orange tint.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
you have to use basically you switch your camera to use blue to compensate for the orange. The daylight bulbs are basically either pure white or have the tinge of blue to counteract all of that. It's supposed to be the closest thing to the way actual daylight light comes in.
Yeah, the ones in those, I don't know if you remember it being on, but those were the ones from Dollar Tree.
Okay. But I don't really remember. I don't think I was like, man, them light bulbs right there. Like I ain't that shit just never. I ain't never gonna show up to nobody's house and be like, man, them light bulbs though. Like that ain't never gonna happen.
So, you got those light bulbs at Dollar Tree, didn't you?
Yeah, he's like, it'd be like, you got them just Dollar Tree dog. No, that ain't never gonna happen. So you're learning the code.
Yeah.
and you think that's now the thing that you are paying to learn the classes. Does the classes give you some sort of a certification, or do
Yeah.
you have to get a certification somewhere else when you're done?
You do get a certificate for the class, but I'm not really concerned as much for that as I am just the knowledge of being able to build my own shit, and because I want to put, because of course I may need a computer science degree, you know, but if I don't have to, I'd rather get the knowledge first and then maybe land a job without it and not have to spend all that fucking money.
Yeah. Just make sure you get the right computer science degree, or you could be like me. I have a computer science degree, and I can't use it.
Can you just give me yours?
Huh? I mean, now unless your name is Michael Corbin, like I don't know how else. I don't know how else we gonna pull that part off.
Get the white out and change it to Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, don't nobody call. They're not gonna call and do the reference no more. You good? And the place where I went, they moved. They moved to a different city. Like they moved from Hampton to Newport News. So like, who knows what they're gonna call?
But that's the whole thing. It's like computer science degrees just sound so vanilla. It's like, you know, you could be in something completely different, and like computer science degree, and like, okay, that's exactly what this freaking electrician has. But so I'd rather get the knowledge and be able to like, so I'm starting with something that I know, that, or not something that I know, but something that I could use and that we could use. So my goal, if I learn to code, is to make a Skype-like program to where you can call it this for podcasters, to where all the recording, all the streaming, everything's just right into it, and you call each other, and you don't have to use 3 different programs to do the same thing. And that's kind of what I want to do as my first thing. It's something that I could, like, if it never pops off, I can fucking use the shit. And do it with
but do we really trust chasing the call though? Like for real, like some, you know, it comes out, it's called chasing the call. Like, are we really gonna chase the call?
Chase, do you watch Silicon Valley, the TV show? Have you ever watched it?
I've seen an episode here or there.
They did the exact same thing on that show. They made their own service.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's all kinds of shenanigans. It's pretty funny, but yeah, you should watch that.
Yeah, I should. I just don't have HBO, so I have to catch it some other way.
Sam, how's your week?
Sell the 7 C's, bro. Sell the 7 C's. Yo ho ho.
Yeah, I mean, he can code it, but like we not really about that BitTorrent no more, especially since I downloaded an episode of Dexter for somebody, and my ISP was like, "What you doing, dog?" I'm not saying who I downloaded it for, but somebody asked me to download an episode of Dexter, and my ISP was like, "Where that Dexter at? We know you got it." And like by that point, I had already like transferred it and deleted it because I wasn't really watching at that point. But my ISP was like, "We know you got that Dexter." And they shut my internet off and everything until they, like, I had to call and they had to scan my computer to see if I had that Dexter.
Okay, you're lying about that part.
No, I'm not lying.
That really happened.
That really happened. Like, well, I got caught a couple times, but every time I got caught, they said, you know, we got to log into your computer and make sure you don't have it anymore.
Wow.
So before we turn your internet back on. But I mean, you know, for all of the other stuff, I had already moved the shit to an external hard drive. All I really had to do was unplug the hard drive.
I got caught with some Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when, like, because like ABC or Hulu or whatever, they don't put the whole season on. They'll put on like the last 5 episodes. So
yeah,
I went to go look at the other 5 episodes, and ISP was like, "What are you doing?"
Bro. Yeah. ISP just be like, bro.
And then I'll be like, "What agents?"
Yeah. So yeah, that happened. So how's your week been?
It has actually been okay. I completely booked up. I booked my ticket, flight, hotel, everything. Going to WrestleMania in April.
Fuck yeah, man. That's dope for you.
Yeah, for the 4th time. Yeah, 4th. So it's not just about the show. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's really not about the show. It's
I was
about
holding up the Four Horsemen.
Oh, okay. It's not about the show for me because I could either take that or leave that. I don't care. It's about all the other shows that are going to be surrounding it from all the other various promotions. Because like where they know a bunch of wrestling fans are going to be, all the other promotions are going to travel to that spot. That's kind of how it goes. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to all the indie shows that I'm going to watch. So I could be the wrestling hipster.
Okay.
So, and also it's New York City also.
New York City?
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that.
He gets his wrestling from New York City.
New York City. Get a rope. Get a rope. Yeah. I'm sometimes I wish that I was still in on wrestling, or wrestling, as people who like to, people who call it. It's different. It's wrestling. Like wrestling is what they do at high schools. Wrestling is what the WWE is.
It's
I've been out of watching wrestling for so long. I still have to pause and think to say WWE. That's how long I've been out of wrestling.
No, it's not any good anymore. Like I said, I'm just going because I haven't even watched the show in like a month, so I have no clue what's going on right now.
So it's a community event for you.
Yeah, like I have other friends that are going, some wrestling buddies. We're gonna go watch the other promotions, or then we're gonna like I said, I could either take it or leave the actual show itself.
Okay. But do you have an actual ticket to go to the actual show?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Yeah, but ain't no point of missing that. But like you can go do the other stuff, but ain't no point of missing that.
Yeah, because there's a show, Japanese show. They actually sold out Madison Square Garden, the Japanese promotion.
Wow.
So I'm gonna go watch that.
They sold out
a bunch of shows. I have a bunch of friends who wrestle, and a lot of them are going to be wrestling in events nearby. So I'm going to go check that out. Get some pizza. I don't know, maybe a nasty hot dog. I don't know.
Yeah, I know this. Somebody that I follow on Instagram. He is a wrestler. I can't remember what his Instagram is, but I know his persona is Cabana Man. That's Bed Nerd from back in the day. Yeah,
Cabana Man Dan.
Yeah, Cabana Man Dan. Like I see him posting stuff all the time. I think it's kind of cool. Like like he's like moved up enough in his wrestling to be winning like belts and shit. That's kind of fucking cool. Like it's not a WWE belt, but like it's still a fucking like wrestling belt.
Well,
like
for years before that, he's just like I think because he got married and had kids, so he kind of had to leave that alone for a while. But no, he was doing that before, and he kind of got up to like a mid-level promotion called Chikara out of Pennsylvania, and then he's actually known. I've seen pictures of him with actual like wrestlers who are in WWE now, so it's like he knows some folks.
That's fucking dope. Like like it's just really kind of fucking dope. I dig that. Like follow your dreams, dog. Even if your dream is to be a wrestler, it's to be out here wrestling. Follow your dreams. And you can go from restocking vending machines to wrestling. No, I say that with a smile on my face only because of the wrestling part. But I think that's really fucking dope. I think it's really dope. And you know what? I hope you have a great fucking time. Like for real.
So do you actually have you been to New York?
I've never been to New York. I've been through New York. I've never been. Yeah, I'm driving to Massachusetts. I've been through New York, but I've never been in New York. Here's the one thing about New York, and I say this every single time someone asks me, "Have I ever been to New York?" The glitz and glamour of New York that they add on TV does not compare to the dirt and grime that you see when you're there in person.
I was expecting to see all kinds of rats. So.
Yeah, yo, so I mean, there was that video a while ago. There's a fucking rat carrying a full slice of pizza down some stairs. Like, you know what I mean? They got rats big enough.
Right? You know that wasn't real.
I don't give a shit. It was a rat carrying a slice of pizza, dog. I don't give a fuck if it was staged or not. It was a rat walking down some stairs with a slice of pizza.
Actually uncovered who did that. It was a magician who wanted to make street magic and started making videos like that. And just started staging all this stuff.
But like the fact that we all believed it means that we believe that about New York.
Oh, yeah, believe that it could happen, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't see why not.
Pizza rat.
I seen a video of a rat looked like they was taking a shower. Like the rat is like sudded up and it was just kind of like wiping his face and stuff, like he was taking a shower. Like that was a video. Like that shit could be staged. But like I like knowing what the little bit that I know about New York and actually going through New York, I can believe that a rat would be like, man, I need to take a shower. This place fucking dirty. Like, you know what I mean? Like I believe that shit in my heart. You know what I'm saying? So fuck that.
No, I'm trying to find things to do. Things that are kind of touristy, but not super touristy, like Statue of Liberty. I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
I do want to do some touristy things though.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna be there, like, how long you gonna be there though?
5 days.
5 days. Yeah, get you a little bit of touristy in. Like, I mean, you're already gonna see the garden. That's touristy enough. You know what I'm saying?
Got to hit up Sabaros.
No, shut up. Really?
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna vote down on that one. I'm gonna vote down.
It's like going to New Orleans and going to like Popeyes.
You know what I mean? But I got one of my homegirls, a friend of the family. Her husband is from New Orleans, and he actually has a restaurant out there. So if I ever go to New Orleans, I know exactly one place I'm going to eat.
Oh, I've been there. I've been to New Orleans.
Okay, really nice. My homegirl who went to school with my cousin, who I'm really close to, her husband met on MySpace.
Huh.
Yeah, that's like real crazy. They met on MySpace, and then he came up here for a little bit, and then they both moved back to New Orleans. But like, here's the cool thing is, like, he's a professional chef and he's caters and all of this other stuff. But like, he gets to do cool shit. Like, he gets to cater for the Bayou Classic, dog.
Oh, nice.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he gets to cater for the Bayou Classic, where you know, sometimes like for Thanksgiving and stuff like that, she comes up here and then be like, "Where your husband?" "Oh, he's catering for the Bayou Classic." For real? And you here?
Right?
You here?
Now, is this the cousin who pretended to be a Q dog?
No. That was my ex brother-in-law. My ex brother-in-law pretended to be a Q dog.
He had it all down to the handshake and everything.
Yeah, he looked it up. He looked up the handshake and like some of the sayings and all of that kind of stuff that made him a Q dog. He bought him a shirt at Nova State. We went to a football game. He bought him a shirt, and like, he was like, you know, as far as anybody was concerned, he was a Q dog. And like, and he would tell people, like, if someone, you know, if he sees somebody else with a Q dog shirt on and he had his shirt on, he would greet them, but he would always let them say where they were first, what school they went to first.
Because I was gonna say, like, what do they ask you, like, what chapter and everything? Yeah.
So what he would do is he would let them say what school they went to first, and he would go back and forth between Norfolk State or Hampton. Because like, he knew that he could always say, like, you know, I went there in like 89. Like, he could always say 89. He's older than me. So he was just be like, you know, someone said that they was from Hampton, he would say Norfolk State. Somebody say Norfolk State, he would say he's from Hampton. If anybody else said anything, he would always say Norfolk State in 89. And that's just how he wrote. Like, you know what I mean? He always had the full t-shirt on. He never had no sleeves rolled up, so you couldn't see his brand. Everything was cool. Like, he survived that shit.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Just
sounds too much.
I mean, he was that type of dude. Like, he's a Gemini, so he was just that type of dude. Like, he was determined to keep his lie once he decided he was gonna lie about that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he believed his own lie.
I guess if you lie about it enough, you're like, man, I gotta go all the way. I gotta go 100%.
Yeah, and one thing about Geminis are convincing because they truly believe their lies. So when they lie to you, you'd be like, I think he's telling the truth. I kind of believe him. You know what I mean? Like that type of shit. I kind of believe him. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's the Lance Armstrong effect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even if you know it's a lie, you're like, actually, I kind of believe it now that he's talking about it.
You know what I mean? Like I said, Lance Armstrong. Everybody and their mama knew Lance Armstrong was lying, but you listen to them talk, and you be like, I kind of believe that dude. I kind of believe that dude. Live strong and all that shit. Like you just kind of believe him. It's like to black people, it's the Rick Ross effect. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with Rick Ross. Rick Ross be out here talking about he's the biggest drug dealer ever. And like it came out that he was a correctional officer, and he flipped that shit. He lied his ass off. And like people, you know he was a correctional officer, but when he raps about selling drugs, you like maybe he's telling the truth.
Wow.
Oh man, my week is real simple. With my week, nothing special happened at all. I was supposed to go to a party yesterday. My other cousin's 50th birthday party was yesterday. I was supposed to go, and me and my girl were supposed to take pictures and everything, but it snowed. And it sucks because everybody posted pictures and stuff like that were already down there. They seem like they're having a great time, and I couldn't go because it snowed. And like, even though I would have been okay to go, getting home would have been like the worst thing ever to drive that hour 15 to get from there back here because my girl had to go to work today. So I had to come back last night. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Like work picked up a little bit. It picked up a little bit. Like sometimes I do have things to do at work, but it's still not a whole lot. I did not pull my Switch out very much at work last week. I pulled it out some, and then I had my tablet for other times, but not a whole lot. Not at work anyway. But yeah. So, what would y'all like to do first? I think did we do games last week first?
Oh, just quickly. At my job, they got rid of all the seasonal help already. They told him to get lost.
They told him to get lost.
It was like that. I told somebody it was like that scene in Lean on Me, where Joe Clark gets all the troublemakers up on the stage and throws them out. It was like that.
And he gonna show back up and be like, "Some guys beating up Kid Ray." You're like, oh. Chase is looking like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Now sing the store song.
Sing the store song. Does the Gap have a song?
God.
All right, so what do you want to get into first? Let's go watching since we went games first yesterday. I mean last week. I'm tripping. Chase, you're up.
I started a new anime.
Okay.
It's called Goblin Slayer, and it's kind of like medieval Doom. Seems like it, cause like, and it seems to be kind of based on like D&D and stuff. To where like there was this cleric, and she was like went to this adventurers guild, and these adventurers like, yeah, let's go. We're gonna go kill some goblins because we're adventurers and yay. And then they get there and they got fucking murdered, and she's just sitting there like watching the party members get like eaten alive, and like the females get raped and killed, and then this big knight just comes out of nowhere and just starts fucking wrecking shit and just like ripping goblins to shreds, and then it's just like super freaking violent towards goblins, and then she starts crying and shit because he starts killing goblin babies. And he's like, there'll be goblins soon.
Okay.
And that was the first episode. It's just fucking brutal as shit.
No. If you had been like binge watching this, I'd say you were gobbling up every episode.
Yes.
I had to, Mike. Sorry. He's just looking like.
Do you want to go? Do you want to go around where you talked about your first one, and then we go, and then we all talk about our second ones and things like that?
Well,
They'll probably keep this a little bit more interesting. Where
but I only got one, so we can do that anyway.
We can't see Chase Sam almost fall asleep this week.
But
don't lie and try to say that you weren't about to fall asleep while Chase was talking last week.
I really wasn't, but
word.
Sure.
Word.
Well, we can round robin it, but I only got one anyway, so
Scar's gonna pop up like JFK, and we can see his head go back to the left.
Yeah. Oh, so that's the only one you got?
Yeah.
Okay, Sam, you got one?
Okay, my first one is what I ended up not liking. Called Ray Donovan. He's on Showtime.
You know, I got homeboys that my homeboy and my homegirl, they really love that.
I can't stand anybody on this show. Like usually, I'll find someone to.
So that's why you were talking about Cotton.
Somebody likable, huh?
That's why you were talking about Cotton. In the Discord.
Oh yeah, Cotton Weary.
Yeah, because Cotton Weary is Ray.
Every time I see that dude, I'm like, Cotton Weary. Who are you gonna kill? Who are you gonna kill this time?
Yeah, even when he was Sabretooth, that was Cotton. Like that was Cotton Tooth. Like that was not that was Cotton Tooth. That was not Sabretooth, for real.
Why does everyone think I'm a murderer? Maybe because you're acting fucking weird and you're acting like a murderer, Cotton. Stop acting suspicious. You're going out of your way to make people think you're a murderer. Stop it.
I completely forgot he was in the third one too.
Yeah.
Actually, I tried to wipe the third one out of my mind, but as far as Ray Donovan, I can't stand anybody on this show. They're all awful. They're all awful human beings. His wife does things to spite him, and like they're really, really awful things. It's not like a normal thing like you forget to get the bread at the store. No, nothing like that. More like just horrible, evil things that she does just to make him mad. Like in one episode, she donated all his clothes to the church. Like stuff like that.
Just randomly, just like, I'm donating all your clothes, bitch. Like, for real?
Yeah. And then like,
for real? My pinstripes? Like, for real?
Yeah, all his designer suits and stuff. Yeah. And another episode, even though I hate the character, I really love the portrayal. The John Voight's character, he plays the dad, who's like the worst human being imaginable. Like John Voight's
still around.
Yeah, he's still making. Yeah, I think the only thing they told him to do was just be the worst person you could even think of being.
He's like, got you. Like, I was in Anaconda. I got you. I get to do Anaconda without the fake voice. Like the fuck
without the accent. No, yeah. When I first saw this, I was like, this is the character, his character from Anaconda. So yeah,
he was like, man, I got this. So it was like, okay, so what is my motivation? You're the guy from Anaconda without the accent. Got you.
He's like, I got you, fam.
I got you, dog.
He's like, let me get that Anaconda out of you, John. All right. No, yeah, he's the worst person imaginable. He's just like, he's a D-bag. And yeah. Everybody else on this show, everybody else has just issues. And it's just like, how can anybody like anybody on this show? How can anybody but I think about The Sopranos and like everybody on that show was awful, but they all had charisma. They all had certain charms to them. These people are just awful.
Is it one of those things that I always feel every time I watch anything that Tyler Perry does, where it's like, how does this small group of people have all of these issues? Like, and they're so varied and like abundant. Like, how does this small group of people have all of these issues in this one thing? Like this one movie or this one play, like all of y'all have all of these issues. It's not possible for all of y'all to be going through all of this shit right now. You know what I mean?
Right. It's like when the camera's not on and something's always going on or something.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of what's going on here. And I just like, and now, I don't know, it's just weird. I watched I think 4 or 5 episodes and I was just like, yeah, I don't think I like this. I'm out. So yeah, that's one of the things I was watching.
Hey, Chase, do me a favor. take notes about the topics that we're talking about for the show notes.
We're doing that kind of show notes.
Yeah, just write down the topics.
Chase is over there laying back on his couch, like just chilling.
Wait, I was like,
I mean, eventually I was going to ask Dan to do it because I'm lazy. But
is this
but
Scarcasm?
you're the one I can see. I just write down the stuff. Like you talked about your anime. He just talked about Ray Donovan, and like we're gonna keep it moving like that. That's all you got to write down. Ray Donovan. That's what it was. That's what we talked about.
Oh, okay. Well, I gotta get some pencil and piece of paper.
No, put it. Just type it.
He's laying back on his couch. Look at him.
Type it.
Look, I'll do it. Look. Okay, goblin porn.
See, but like we actually have a Google Keep document where he can type this thing into easily.
Goblin porn and Ray Donovan. All right, go.
Okay, so I'll go because Chase said he ain't got no more. I have finished just like an hour or so ago. I just finished the first season of Runaways.
Okay.
And I like it. Like I said, I read the comics, years ago, and they changed a lot from then. But I dig the changes that they made. And it is really good. It's a Hulu show. In fact, all three of the things I'm going to discuss were all Hulu stuff.
Did you get to watch the Good Place?
I did watch The Good Place, but I'm not talking about it as a part of my three. I'm not talking about it as a part of my three, even though like this episode was kind of more of a filler. The last episode.
It had a quote on there that I thought was really funny. When old girl starts breaking stuff to get to the door, and then they're like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, this is how I usually get out of escape rooms. You break enough stuff, and they come and kick you out."
Do advertisers put their ads on basketball hoops? Like the backboards?
Not in professional. Why?
Because if Hulu put an ad on a basketball hoop, then it'd be a Hulu hoop.
Motherfucker.
Somebody unplug Chase's internet, please.
For real. Like, can we mute Chase?
It's not Google Hangouts. You can mute them there.
Yeah. No, I just muted him. I don't know if it's just to me, but I just muted Chase.
It's just to you. I still got him. He's over here giggling.
Yeah, I can't hear him at all. All right, fine. All right. So you can go with your second. We'll go back and forth like that.
Okay, so my second is one that I still kind of. I saw one episode. Only one episode is premiered. Actually, no, scratch that. No, wait. Nah, I'll say that for another time. I watched the premiere episode of this show on Showtime called Black Monday. I don't know if you heard about this one or not.
I don't know shit about Showtime. Like, for real.
Well, I'm sure you might have seen the cover. Anyway, Don Cheadle is in a show with Regina Hall. It's supposed to take place in the 80s. It's supposed to take place of like the day the stock market crashed or something in the 80s.
Okay.
Which I'm thinking is like 87 or 88. But what pissed me off right away, right off top, their references are all over the place. They're referencing things that hadn't happened yet.
Oh.
Like, he's like, one time he's ordering lunch and he's like, "Yeah, I'll have a Turkey Club and a Crystal Pepsi." Crystal Pepsi hadn't been invented yet. Stop that. But they do little things like that. They build up enough of them to where I'm like, okay, I don't like this.
Yeah, you got to do your research. Actually, my second one has a ton of references. When we get
like the song they played at the end of the episode was a Don Henley song, New York Minute. That song did not come out until 1989.
So they just fucking shit up.
It's like a time travel show or something. I mean, I'm expecting some kind of sci-fi stuff to happen at some point, just because of all the references are just all over the place.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of like not quite the same thing, but Amber watches a show called Rain. It's like rain, like I'm raining not raining like water, like rain. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But it's like about Queen Mary and stuff. But it's like super like CW, and they have like modern, like
modern things in there.
Well, they have modern like indie like folk music. They'll be like a love singing, and there's like some sort of like super white people like I'm serious. Like, I mean, I like indie music and stuff, but some of this shit is
I
just
almost
super fucking.
already named the show. Super White People would have been a great show title.
What was the name of that slavery show that they had on WGN not that long ago?
I have no idea.
What's her name?
I wasn't going to go nowhere near that.
Cherny Smollett was on it.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay, on that show, they had, I swear to God, they had techno on that show.
What?
They had techno music on. Oh, the show opens up with the Kanye song. The very first scene in that show is a Kanye song.
Okay.
I'm like, what is no?
There's a time and a place for Kanye songs. I think the best song placement for a Kanye song has to be Saints Row. Fuck yeah, man. Saints Row 3 is the best song placement for a Kanye song ever. When you're cleaning out the first apartment place and they're just playing Power on loop until you clear the whole shit.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
When you're doing the skydiving.
Yeah.
Yes, and then all of a sudden Power just starts playing like, as you're skydiving. Oh man, that's probably one of my favorite video game moments.
Yeah, man.
I think the Kanye song they were playing at the beginning of that show was Black Skinhead.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. I'm looking at the lyrics and that's it. Yeah, they're playing that as like some slaves are running through the forest and there's those people chasing them down. And then Black Skinhead is playing.
Oh. I didn't really like that. I didn't like that song very much, and I didn't like that whole album pretty much at all. It was just kind of weird. That was on Yeezus, right? Well, yeah, actually, you don't listen to modern music. You still listen to shit from
up until he started going crazy, I actually kind of was still into Kanye for a minute.
The show was called Underground.
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't remember how to spell her name. So I had to what is something that I can remember that she played in? And I remember she played in the later seasons of Friday Night. I remember she played in the later seasons of Friday Night Lights.
That's where I first saw her at.
Yeah, of course. No, actually, the first time we all saw her was in Full House.
Yeah, she was, what's her name's little friend?
Yeah, she was a little friend.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, until recently, you could still kind of like separate Kanye from his music. It was like two totally different things. As like Kanye the person versus Kanye the music. It was like still good music, but then
it's just a point where you're just like, I can't. It's just got to that point for me.
No, I think they both went out of favor at the same time. I think that it's okay. Nope, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. But I think what happened with Kanye is his music and his politics both went out of style at the same time.
Yeah, because there was a point where I was like, okay, he's a little crazy, but I still like his music. And then I just can't say that anymore.
Yeah, like, my Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was the last thing that I would ever care about from him.
Right.
Which was great. Like, it was sonically, it was just great. But you could tell that was the start of like his mind. Just
Yeezus was like too much like a weird techno album with like rap hooks.
And then Yeezus just had like a whole bunch of just weird sounds and like buzzing and shit.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what the fuck is this?
It kind of was reminded me of 808 and Heartbreak.
Well, 808s, I excuse 808s because that was therapy. You know what I mean? He broke up with his girl. His mama died. Like, he needed to get that out of him. So,
it was just like, I remember when that came out, because I remember listening to the GTR and like, they played like a part of one song. And I remember Danny was just like, I hope the whole album's not like that. Yep, the whole album was like that.
The thing is, like, out of the songs from 808s that are actually good, like, one of the songs that like is really great until you think about it. Amazing is a dope song, right? It's a dope song until you realize like this is the saddest telling of how amazing you are ever. Like, you know what I mean? Like if somebody makes a song about how amazing they are, It's like, yeah, I'm amazing. I'm dope. You know what I mean? Like, I'm fucking everything. Yeah. And he's like, I'm amazing. So amazing. Like, whoa, dog. Like, I don't think you actually believe this. So I'm not sure if I should believe this because it doesn't seem like you believe this. Like, but you know what? I'm gonna tell you. And then we need to move on. You want to know the one of the coolest things about Amazing? I didn't even like Amazing that much until Kevin Pereira did a drum cover to Amazing. And Kevin Pereira is fucking dope on the drums. Please tell me y'all have seen this.
No.
Kevin Pereira from G4?
Oh, you showed me that back in the day.
Yeah, man, that shit. Yo, look that shit up on YouTube. Kevin Pereira is fucking dope. He's dope on the drums. But all right. So you finished with your.
Well, aside from the references just going all over the place, I actually thought the premiere episode was kind of good. I don't know when the show actually starts, but I'm kind of in because there was a weird twist at the end where like everything that had been building up in the show. Was basically like Don Cheadle's downfall, the downfall of his character. But then at the end of the episode, you see that it was all a ploy. He was just messing with your head. And so I'm like, okay, I'm in. Weird references aside, I'm in. So that's pretty much it on that show.
I was muted. I was muted so I could vape. But so my second one is a fuck ton of references. And it is a show that is another Hulu only show, and it's called Future Man. Have anybody ever heard of Future Man?
Is it one word or two?
It's 2 words, Future Man. Okay. And it is a Hulu show, and I had never heard of this shit ever until I was I think it was on like I was watching something else and there was a commercial for it because the second season just came out Friday. And so Future Man stars my man Peter from the Hunger Games, right? Peter from the Hunger Games is a janitor for a company that's working on like the cure for like diseases and shit. And he also plays this game. It's called Biotic something. It's called Biotic something. I can't remember what it's called. But he plays this game, and it's a game that no one has ever finished. No one has ever gotten to the end where he actually like gets to the end of the game and he gets visited by 2 people from the future. So apparently the company that he works for, the guy is developing a cure for herpes because he got herpes. And like the guy that's in charge is Commander Anderson, of course. So in the process of curing herpes, he comes up with a cure for every disease. And then when people get the cure or whatever for every disease, there's a break in society where basically the people who got the cure eventually become like genetically perfect, and the other people basically are forced underground and they become the resistance. And there's been a war going on between them. So they sent that video game back because video games to them are training simulators for warriors. So they send that video game back in time, and if someone can actually finish the game, then they think it's gonna create the warrior that they're looking for. And to him, it's just a fucking video game. So they come back and they use the time machine to come back, and he's nothing like what they thought he was going to be. So basically, the whole rest of the show is a mixture of its comedy, Back to the Future, Terminator, and Matrix references all into one. Like it's like references to everything. Like it's like a ton of pop culture references. Actually, it was produced by Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen and I think the other guy is Evan Greenberg or whatever. But they're producers on this, so it is very like fucking like it's like it's a lot of cussing,
like stoner comedy.
Yeah, it's not necessarily stoner comedy, but it's their kind of comedy where, you know, it's not uncommon for someone to, you know, call someone like a fuck mouth or something like that. Like he's like, okay, like, you know what I mean? Like that's not uncommon. Like, but like there's a lot of Back to the Future in this, but there's also like references for everything that like there's a lot of Terminator references, and then like the ongoing struggle between you know, I watched some of the featurettes before I started watching. I watched some of the featurettes where they was just talking about the differences between the multi-universe theory or like, you know, the changing timelines thing and how that, you know, like which way they were going to go, and they never really quite decided. So like shit just keeps changing. You know, like one of the early things, like they go back in time to like the 60s to stop the dude from getting herpes, but like in the process he switches clothes with someone and forgets his phone, and he has an Apple phone, and a brother finds it, and when he gets back to his time, it's a Blapple phone, and like instead of Siri, it's like the voice of that dude who found that phone in the 60s, you know, like that type of thing.
Oh, this is like Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah, no, it's not really Hot Tub Time Machine.
No, I'm saying like that part, because when they come back to their timeline, Google is now called Loogle, which is like named after one of the characters.
Yeah, Google gets called Bloogle or something like that. I guess Black Google. Like, who the fuck knows? Like, it's just like, and like every time they time travel, they just start fucking everything up. And then a lot of the comedy comes from the two future people who have they've grown up in a completely different type of society, so like they don't have the knowledge of the places that they're going to, and the only one that has it is him. Like his name is Josh Futterman, but his online handle is Future Man. So that's why it's called Future Man, because of that. But man, it's fucking hilarious. There is a Back to the Future-esque scene when it comes to his parents that is piss your pants funny to me. Like, I mean, every time I think about it, like every time I think about what happened, like it's just like it's like piss your pants funny. The first time you see that, you're just like, bruh.
If I had Hulu, I would watch it.
Holla at your boy. But yeah, Future Man is really good. I started it last night, like at about like 11, 12 o'clock last night, and I made it through the first season today.
Nice.
I just couldn't stop watching it, and I didn't have the Dream Team today, so I could keep watching it. So, but yeah, that shit is really good. So Future Man, if you got Hulu or access, if you can Cody that bitch or something like that, do that shit. Future Man is fucking dope. And there is a whole episode.
Is the whole season up?
Yeah, it's one of those where they drop the whole season at one time.
Yeah, because sometimes they'll do like one a week. Like
yeah. I think they did that for the first season of I think they did that for the whole first season of Runaways, because I'm listening to a show where they're talking about the episodes as if they were like dropping at different times or whatever, like once a week. But they dropped the whole second season in one shot, so I don't know how it worked before. But yeah, the whole second season dropped on Friday. So
nice. What's his name? Seth Rogen is also the executive producer for the show I was talking about, Black Monday.
Oh, word. Yeah. Okay.
And also, this is the first. Kadeem Hardison is on there too. I completely forgot about that.
Word. my man got another job because I know he was doing some Disney Channel stuff for a little bit. You know what I mean? Like he's still working, so like shout out to my man. But all right, so going to your next one.
Okay, so now we all have that show from years ago. This is an older show. It's not new. We all have that one show that we were watching as it happened, and then it got canceled. And then you're like, what the hell? And it made you kind of lose hope on TV.
Mm-hmm.
You got a show like that?
Yes.
Chase, do you have a show like that?
Yeah.
All right. So
every nerd has one, and you can, if you don't have one, you can always default to Firefly.
Oh God, no! Who would? Well,
don't you do it? Like nerds will come get you, dog. Like do not disparage Firefly.
I guarantee you, none of them watched it as it was happening. Guarantee you. Anyway,
they showed the episodes out of order. Like, come on, dog.
Did they really?
Yes. When it was aired on TV, it was not aired in the same order that it is on the DVDs and the and when it was on Netflix. It was the episodes were aired out of order.
So for me, it was a show starring Dennis Haysbert from 1999. Because I used to watch it in my dorm room.
It's the president, right?
Yeah, President Palmer. Yeah.
Yeah, he was also Serrano, right?
Yeah, Pedro Serrano. Yeah. Yeah, so he was on a show in 1999 that I used to watch in my dorm room called Now and Again. It's basically about like the government taking John Goodman's brain and putting it into like an athlete's body and making like a super soldier.
Okay.
That sounds really stupid, I know, but the show's not even about that. It's more about the guy's family and how the family has to cope with losing John Goodman. And it's actually really good. I mean, I know it sounds really stupid, but it was really, really well done. And Scar's looking it up now.
Yes, because I can't. Like, who came up with the idea of putting John Goodman's brain in the president?
No, the president is the handler.
The president is the handler. Okay.
Yeah. The actual guy is a dude I never heard of named Eric Close, who I don't think he did anything else after that.
Okay, so it's kind of similar to when I was just talking about watching Second Chance.
Yeah, something like that.
Except for it was his body, they just made it older and kind of different. I mean, younger and kind of different.
Yeah, he's like as soon as he gets out the hospital, he's doing handstands and lifting people up and stuff like that. He's proud of his new powers. So yeah, I watched this a long time ago, and someone uploaded every episode on YouTube. The original episodes with the original music, not with like, because it did come out on DVD, but it had like replacement generic music.
Yeah, kind of like how they couldn't do Fastlane because Fastlane was so. Oh yeah. It had all the music and all the other shit. It was just like, man, we can't put this shit on DVD, dog. Like,
yeah, same thing here. Like, started watching it and I was like, it's a CBS show, so it's just really. The actual theme song is from 1999, but I swear to God, it sounds like it's from 1992. And I blame that on CBS because I bet there was not one young person in that room when they came up with this theme.
What was this show called again?
It's called Now and Again. It only went one season, and I actually liked it. I mean, there wasn't that he didn't go on many missions, but it was actually a really chill show. I started watching it again, and I remember how cool it was.
See, I would try it if it was on one of the streaming services. I ain't about to sail the seas for this.
It's on YouTube, every episode.
I ain't about to try to find this on YouTube.
No, you just find one, and then like the other ones kind of pop up. They'll pop up in the suggestions.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's interesting. It's an interesting show, and I started watching it again. I might actually buy the DVD now, but that generic music is just kind of it's going to keep me from doing that.
Yeah, that's why I never sought out Fastlane. Rest in peace, Fastlane.
Man, I remember that show. That was a classic.
I love Fastlane.
How long did that last?
I think it lasted about a season. Like, I guess I can.
But yeah, no. When they canceled this show, that's why I was like, okay, there's nothing that there's no show that they'll just
Yeah, Fastlane was one season, and you can buy it on disc on Amazon, but I'm pretty sure the music is terrible.
But no, yeah, this is the show that made me just say any show can get it at any time. Any show can get the axe, no matter how good it is. This is the one that just made me lose all hope for TV.
Yeah.
And then I started gaining hope for, the internet age and Netflix kind of buying things and be like, you guys ain't gonna finish this? We'll finish it. And now Netflix is canceling stuff. So I was like, okay.
Netflix is canceling shit that they had to buy a license for. They was like, we'll just do our own shit. We're not gonna pay you to be able to do some shit. Like, we just gonna do our own shit.
Hey, Scar, real quick, what was your show that you just lost hope?
The show that I lost hope?
Yeah, where you just like, okay, any show can get the axe at any time.
Motherfucking Fastlane, dog. Like,
Okay,
I love
okay.
Fastlane. I love Fastlane. I mean, I could say
Don't say Firefly.
I could say Firefly, but I did not watch Firefly on TV until the end, until around the time it was done. So I had to go back and catch all of the earlier stuff later. But the first one that really hit me, it was Buffy.
Yeah,
but remember, it got canceled and then they switched channels. It was because it was on the WB until a certain season, and they thought that they weren't coming back. So like something happened at the end of that, so they was just like, all right, we good. And then it was on
ABC, wasn't it, or something?
No, it was on UPN, and then it went to WB, and then WB switched to CW.
Right.
But yeah, and it was just kind of like, I had just got into it around that time. I had to go back again, like Firefly. I had to go back. I could also say Dollhouse. Dollhouse started getting really good around the second season, and and Fox was just like, nah, B.
Well, it's a Fox show. I mean, come on.
Yeah, Fox be canceling everything. What else?
Fox cancel shows before they air.
Oh, what is the one with the?
I'm not even joking. It's for I'm
the one with the robot. Where the light skinned dude with the pretty eyes was the robot.
You gotta give me more than that.
It was like a cop drama, and he was like an android of some sort.
I think I know what you're talking about, but
fuck, what is I can't even think of that dude's name.
Was it on Fox? Let's see, Fox show with the android, the pretty eyes. Let's see. Almost Human?
Almost Human. Yep. That was
I
it.
typed all that in. Oh, it popped up Almost Human.
Almost Human was really good, and then it was just like, man, it's gone.
Michael Ealy. There you go.
Yeah. Michael Ealy. That shit was good. I really liked Almost Human. I
completely forgot that this was a thing.
Yeah, I really liked Almost Human. Like, I super liked that show. And then it was done.
I just love that how he found it with.
No, I just put that in.
That's why Google is the best, bro. Like, Google is the best.
Yeah, Google is like, man, I got you, fam.
Know what I'm saying?
All right, Chase, real quick, what about you? What show made you lose hope?
Freaks and Geeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that one. I did like that show.
I've never watched a second of Freaks and Geeks.
I've heard
about it. I've heard about it.
It lasted basically a season. I don't even think it was.
No, it wasn't even the whole season. Like the other season, the other episodes didn't come out till later.
Right.
I think it was like half a season on TV.
Yeah, that was the start of like Seth Rogen and the guy from How I Met Your Mother. I can't even remember his name.
Seth Rogen is coming up a lot tonight.
The the girl that's, oh my god,
The girl that's on that one show that came out that one time. Let's see if I can Google that.
She's in Scooby Doo and stuff. Linda Cardellini. But yeah,
there's also the other girl, Busy Phillips. She's been in a bunch of things.
And then the guy that's the psychiatrist on Bones, he was in it, but he was like a kid. Like, there's a lot of people that were in that show that weren't like famous at all, and now they're.
One of the guys from Silicon Valley was in it. The kid with the glasses.
Yeah.
He was also in Spider-Man: Homecoming. He was the teacher.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
You haven't seen Spider-Man: Homecoming?
No, not yet.
Fuck yeah, man! That shit was good, dog. You need to do that. Rent that bitch if you got to. Spider-Man: Homecoming is fucking dope.
Yeah, I've been meaning to.
Fucking Michael Douglas playing that shit, dog. He was
Michael
motherfucking.
Douglas.
He's the only Batman.
Did you watch a
we
version that I
acknowledge.
hadn't seen?
Huh?
You mean Michael Keaton?
Michael Keaton. His real name is Michael Douglas. Fuck it. His government name is Michael Douglas. My bad.
His mama named him Michael Douglas. I'm gonna call him Michael Douglas.
His mama named him Michael Douglas. I'm gonna call him. Yeah, he was motherfucking Batman, yo.
So is that the show title? His mama named him Michael Douglas.
No, I already got the show title. The show title is Cotton Tooth Pinstripes, aka Super White People. I might take out the AKA, but as of right now, it's all here. Just in case I forget.
There was a thing where like Tom Holland, the kid that played Spider-Man, was saying that like during the fight scenes, Michael Keaton would whisper in his ear, "I'm Batman."
I would do that shit if I was motherfucking Batman. Like, he's motherfucking Batman. Like, he gets to say that forever. Like, you know what I mean? And he ain't got to say it like old punk ass bitch. Like, I'm Batman. Stupid Batman voice. He said, I'm Batman.
Trying to sound like Clint Eastwood.
I'm Batman. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Batman. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't even got to do the fucking stupid Batman voice. That's the one thing about the Dark Knight trilogy that always bothers the shit out of me. The stupid fucking Batman voice.
Dude, Black Lightning does that too.
Kind of.
But he has a voice modulator, though.
Yeah, he has a voice modulator, so it's not like him going, I'm Black Lightning, like, I'm here, I'm Black Lightning. Like, no, he has a voice modulator. It does it for him. It's kind of okay if it's something that's actually changing your voice. But the stupid fucking Dark Knight trilogy, he's just like, I'm Batman.
All that tech he had, and he couldn't do nothing to fix that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck doesn't know? Chase, what have you been playing?
I have been playing Enslaved: Odyssey to the West. And I'm enjoying the fuck out of it too. I really like that game.
Ain't it super fucking easy? Like, it's super easy.
It's easy, yeah. And then plus I'm playing on easy, but fuck it.
But like, for your traversal, like, everywhere you're supposed to go is highlighted. So if you've ever played an Uncharted game, you're just like, oh, I got to figure out where I'm going to go. No, we highlighted the shit for you. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that used to piss me off about Uncharted. When you'll be exploring and stuff, and you'd be like, what do I do next? I have no clue.
Yeah.
But it did realize that I know this game kind of flopped as of sales, so not a lot of people played it like when it came out. But everybody that says, I mean, I know, don't get me wrong, Horizon's a better game. But everyone that says, "Oh man, it's doing something completely new. Look, we're in the past, but we're sort of in the future, but it's sort of in the past." Enslaved in that fucking 8 years ago. It's like the same fucking thing.
Yes.
I mean, like, so they're such in the past that they got slavery still.
Yeah. But the slavers are the bad guys.
But that makes her a bad guy. You understand that, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. If the slavers are the bad guys and she enslaved the dude, that makes her a bad guy, right?
What she did is wrong, and I don't think it like gets away from that, because I mean, you will like
you can't excuse it. Like, what the next part of what you're getting ready to say doesn't excuse the fact that what she did was wrong. What she did was wrong. Stop there.
Yeah.
Well, but Michael, it's about states' rights.
It's about her heritage, man. It's not.
There you go. It was a different time. You don't understand.
Oh, but
Isn't
yeah.
it funny how they use that to excuse racism? It was a different time.
Oh, I had to deal with that shit at work once. That was fun.
Oh
yeah,
you did say
that's
you got
the
those
whole
in there.
thing with like a lot
You
of
did say
this
you had those
shit.
coworkers, right?
Yeah. I got one that's very vocal about it. The other one is kind of subdued about it.
Yeah, because like the whole thing with like Battlefield 5 and and there was another game like Rome, like this the RTS that's like Civilization Rome or something. Oh, Total War Rome or something, where they were like pissed because they were like women in something and it was like not like historically accurate. And but I was like, every time that you guys are bitching about historic accuracy, it's always about fucking women being in the video game. You don't bitch about if it. Like it's historically inaccurate
This
because
is wrong. We ain't had no women or no niggers. All of it is wrong. No women, no
Well,
niggers.
I mean, if they really want to be historically accurate, a lot of them would be fighting naked,
Right?
because they didn't have armor for everybody.
Know what I'm saying? And like this whole thing about like them fucking like slicing each other up and shit like that. Those swords and shit were dull
They
as
were dull.
fuck. They were basically blunt objects in the shape of a sword. Like it was like, come on, dog. They had not really discovered sharpening.
Yeah, the only ones who got that good stuff are like the elites.
Know what I mean?
yeah, because it was so weird with Battlefield 5. It was like, yes, okay, whatever, historical, but the Battlefield series has never been like we're going to be completely historically accurate. Like I don't know.
It can't be. Someone kills you and you get the fuck back up a second later. It can't be that accurate.
Right, just because like someone like,
And then, like
decides,
and then,
hey,
like,
you
take the perspective of the character that all of a sudden knows how to drive a fucking tank or to fly a fucking helicopter. Motherfucker, you don't know how to do these things. It can't be historically accurate if you don't know how to do these things.
like the same soldier.
I hate Battlefield. I'm going away. I'm going away.
Okay.
I'm going away. I fucking hate Battlefield that much.
I actually like Bad Company too. He didn't hear none of that.
No, he's done.
He's leaving.
He pulled his pants up and everything. He's like, fuck this shit, I'm gone.
I actually did like Bad Company too.
Did you literally wait till I come back to say that again?
I wanted to make sure you heard me.
Because I heard you say that when I was putting my headphones down. I really just walked
No,
away.
not the multiplayer though. I didn't really like the multiplayer.
I walked away to get my juice. I actually liked both Bad Company games, the single player, except for Bad Company 1, you can't change your controls, and the controls are all jacked up.
Bad Company 2 was just like a bunch of jokes.
Yeah,
It was
cracking
up. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
like the single players of those games. Multiplayer can go fuck itself.
Dude, remember we were all in the multiplayer and like it was like the map was so big that you have to walk to the battlefield, and then like the only way to get up there is like if somebody gave you a ride in their little jeep.
And then once you get there, you get sniped once and gotta do the whole fucking thing over again.
You're done.
That's the reason why Battlefield is not fun.
the historical accuracy.
Press F for respect.
Yeah, like, well, who the fuck actually wants bullet drop in their games? Like, really? Like, who the fuck cares about bullet drop? Like, it's more accurate to have bullet drop. Motherfucker, you are in the military in this fucking game. It's not accurate. Like,
did you guys freeze or are you both just sitting there?
We're just sitting here, man.
Apparently. Okay,
I can't have this conversation about Chase went first, right?
I don't even know. Yeah, Chase was the first one to go.
Yeah. I like the game. I like the interactions between the characters. I think the dialogue's written really well. And
you think that dialogue is written well? What the fuck did you play?
Oh, Enslaved. He's talking about Enslaved.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you think that dialogue is written well? Holy fuck! Did we play the same game?
Did you play the whole thing?
Yes, I finished it.
Oh,
Oh, the ending is fucking stupid. Like it is. I like for real. I can't wait till you get to the ending because you're gonna be like, yeah, that was fucking stupid.
Well,
Like
I think
even if
I'm
I like
nearing
this
the
game,
ending. I'm like, I got the pig guy, and we're going into some sort of bunker thing.
isn't he the most disgusting fucking thing ever?
Yeah, he's pretty disgusting.
He's like super fucking disgusting.
He's like John Voight's character in Right Donovan.
Nah, actually, he's like worse. He's John Boy in Anaconda, like for real. He's that kind of disgusting. Like if he got ate by an anaconda, the anaconda would spit him back out. You know what I'm saying? And he'll wink at you. Like that's how fucking disgusting this guy is. Pixie is fucking disgusting.
Your dude
The
is
CGI
played by
CGI
Gollum
sneak.
there.
What'd you say?
Your dude is played by Gollum.
Yes. I can't say any more than that. I can't say any more than that until you get to the end and you're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Okay, well, I'm liking it so far, and but I think me and Scar just have different tastes because I do dig the B tier games if they're done pretty well. Like it kind of made me miss it because it feels kind of like the old early 360 games, and I'm like, hey, I like these games.
It wasn't a terrible game, but those things about the premise of the story just kind of put me in a bad space to begin with. The game itself is not that bad. I wasn't a huge fan of the hand holding because I had already played some Uncharted by that point. So just like I know how to figure my way around this. Oh, we're just gonna make this thing glow. Like for real? Like, are you serious? Like I don't even get to try. like for real. I'd already played Uncharted at this point. Like I understand how the fuck I'm supposed to try to figure this out. It was like, nope, we figured it out for you. Go. It's like I get it. I'm saying it's not a bad game, but I will say that fucking ending is the dumbest thing ever. Like fuck it. I'm gonna mute my mic.
Just wait till Chase finishes.
But yeah, because I started playing.
Chase takes too fucking long.
Well, you guys have been talking this whole time.
Because we have more than one thing to talk about.
Well, the thing is, I started playing that mostly because I was playing Hellblade, and I do dig Ninja Theory's games. And the only thing I want to say now is that fuck Devil May Cry. I am totally like in on what Fred said, and every fanboy was like, "Oh, DMC is terrible." DMC is like so much of a better game. I don't care how stupid the fucking edgy looking Dante is. Like Ninja Theory's DMC is better than all the Devil May Cries because Devil May Cry is just not a very good game. It's clunky. Ninja Theory's DMC, the gameplay is absolutely phenomenal.
Nice.
So yeah, that's it.
Sam?
Speaking of historical accuracy, I've been playing Half-Life.
The
original.
Oh.
I played this game a long time ago. It came out the day after my 18th birthday, and I bought it with my birthday money. And I played it, and I enjoyed it. Years later, I picked it up again on Steam on a Steam sale, and I installed it, and I'm playing it through it again. I forgot how much you have to use the keyboard in this thing, because every action needs like a keyboard action. There's no there's no controller. There's no controller for support for this game at all. It's pissing me off, to be honest, because it's not only is it WASD and an action button and a switch your weapon button and a crawl button and a jump button, and it's just really, really irritating me.
Isn't that how most of them are? Like,
I don't play a lot of them. That's the thing.
Right, but it's like WASD, and then how your hand rests on the keyboard is mostly where the keys are going to be. So like,
yeah, I've had to remap a few of them only because I can't reach down. I can't do WASD and then hit Option and the space bar at the same time to do like a crawl jump or whatever the hell it wants you to do. So I have to put the crawl button over on another side of the keyboard.
For all the PC people, the Option button is the control button, right?
Sure. I don't know.
Yeah, because I normally like, well,
as soon as you say Option, we know that you're talking about a Mac.
It's like 2 away from the space bar.
Yeah, control. But yeah, WASD control. C
it's like
is normally crouch.
If I'm in the middle of combat, I'm gonna be like, where do I go?
Like you just like reach up to R to hit reload, or you reach up to E to open a door
to grab stuff. Yeah.
Or and for jumping, the space bar is just resting in your thumb. And that don't
see, that's okay, but there's a certain jump. There's a long jump, and I have to have my fingers on 3 buttons at the same time in order to do a long jump. And my hand's not just built for that. It's just not built for that.
You just play it on console, dog.
Is it available on console? I've never seen it on console.
I think it was on the original Xbox.
It was on Xbox and 360. It's in the orange box.
No, Half-Life 2 is an orange box.
Right.
It's Half-Life on.
Oh, so it's okay. Never mind. I tried to play Half-Life, and I tried to play it on console, and I cannot play that game without getting like supremely motion sick.
I was just wondering.
Maybe
was I more tolerant when I was younger? What? When I was young, when I was 18, I was just like, this is great.
Well, sometimes you start getting the ease of controls too. Like, I don't think I can go back and play Half-Life 1. I can probably go back and play Half-Life 2, but and Half-Life 2 is the one that was on the Xbox. I don't think Half-Life 1 was ever on.
Okay, it was on PlayStation 2.
It was?
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta go find one of those.
Go get your PlayStation now.
Is it on there? Half-Life.
I don't know. You can try it. They got a whole bunch of old shit up there, right? I mean, PlayStation Now was pretty expensive. Well, actually, no, they lowered the price, didn't they? It's the same as the.
Holy crap! $84.88.
Shit.
Okay.
But if it's on PlayStation Now, then they lower PlayStation Now to the same price as the Game Pass.
Well, since how Steam is now, you can pretty much use a controller with anything.
You can. I've tried. I looked for it.
There's no mapping for it at all.
It said hell nah. Should have told me. Steam said nope.
Yeah, that's the same predicament I am in when it comes to playing Mass Effect on PC.
But Mass Effect on PC has good PC controls.
The first one?
Yeah, all of them
has controller support.
No, I said
Mass controller
Effect
support.
has good PC controls.
I want controller support. If I ain't got controller support, I ain't gonna fucking touch it.
That's how I'm playing. That's how I'm playing Tacoma. I'm playing Tacoma with a controller.
Yeah, I play most like first person or like games that are like kind of mapped really well to the PC. But then Enslaved, I'm playing with a controller because a game like that is just not built for a mouse and keyboard.
Okay, so I found one disc only for $10. There's one that has the box. It's $20. I might just go with that.
Yeah, I mean, if any of this shit is like back compat and all that other shit, unless you still got your old shit.
I never had a back compat PS3.
Me neither. I did get a fat. My PS3 was a fat one, so that I can install Linux. And then right after I got it, they took that out. Right after I got it, like.
There was a class action lawsuit that I was part of. Sony sent me $10.
Word up.
Because they took the Linux out, and a group of people were like, "Well, that's this and that, and you should have done that." And blah blah blah. And they sued. A bunch of people sued PlayStation. Sued Sony. And I got $10 out of the deal, so I'm good.
Fuck yeah, free $10.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I've been trying to. That's what I've been having trouble with lately.
Was it like
that's the only thing I've been playing.
Okay. As far as games I have been playing, I started playing the Monopoly, Trivial Pursuit, Risk game more. I played the Monopoly, but I primarily played Trivial Pursuit, and I love trivia games, like I really do. So I've been playing the fuck out of that shit whenever I get the chance. Between that and Monopoly, they're both on the same disc, so I figured I can include them both here. And I didn't have much to say about it, except for I'm really enjoying my time with those. I would like to buy more games for my Switch, but holy fuck, is everything for the Switch super expensive?
Everything's almost like $60. Like you can catch some sales every now and then, but
how's Diablo working out for you?
Diablo is kind of slow going because I have it on discs, and like once I have a disc in my Switch, I kind of don't really go back and switch out the disc.
You don't go switch out the disc.
You'll switch.
I don't switch out very often, so so I just kind of turn it on and be like, oh, Monopoly's here, or Trivial Pursuit's already in here. At some point I'm going to learn how to play Risk. People who play Risk speak very highly of Risk, but I've never played Risk.
Chase, is that your deal?
I've never played Risk. Well,
because you're into Warhammer and all kinds of tabletop crap, so.
Well, I don't really play War. I've painted some of the stuff.
He just likes the figurines.
Oh.
But I've played it a little bit. I played the whole Kill Teams is what I played, because it's smaller. You don't have to fucking own like $2,000 worth of shit.
Word. All right.
Yeah, see, that's why I never got into stuff like that, because you have to keep buying all these sets and all this other crap, and you're gonna spend like a lot of money. I don't want to do it. I want no part of that.
That's kind of how I feel about my second game, but we're gonna go back through Chase.
We're still good going in on the D&D and all that, and that's been cool with Bobby and all them, which is weird because I was kind of like a new person in their game, and all of a sudden now I'm like feeling like I'm like a main character. Like I guess he got pissed off at everybody else, and all of a sudden one entire like 3-hour session was focused on me because my character, like someone killed another party member, and then my character is a Barovian who hates fucking magic and doesn't even know how to read because they think that like reading is evil because that's how you get magic. Like, so after that happened, my character literally didn't like want to have anything to do with the party, and I was just like fucking hunting and shit, and found this other guy and like was like just hunting. So it was just focused on me, and everybody else was just sitting there as I was like hunting wolves with this guy. So that was kind of interesting, but it was fun. And I kind of stepped back on the Savage Worlds thing, and that's something you might get into, Sam, because it's a lot cheaper, because the all you need is one book, and it's $10, and it's applicable to pretty much anything you ever want to do. It's like D&D, yeah, it's medieval shit, dragons, fucking goblins. But Savage Worlds doesn't really have lore. It's just a rule set that says you can kind of like make a Buffy the Vampire campaign and just do that. It's really adaptive. It's pretty awesome. I just haven't really messed with it too much after I wrote that one thing. But yeah, that's me.
Sam?
Once again, I've been getting into the Steam games a bit. One that I picked up a bunch of them over the last few years, and I just never played them. One of them is another older game called The Seventh Guest. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that one. That's more Chase's bag anyway. Have you heard of this, Chase? The Seventh Guest. It's a puzzle game. It came out in '93. It's another PC game that I used to have. Came out in '93. It's basically it's just puzzles. There's an overall story. It's an overall story arc where there was a vagrant who killed a woman and stole her money, and all of a sudden he started getting visions of a doll, and he started making these dolls and selling them, and he became a millionaire, becoming like the toy maker in the town. And these toys were evil, and all of a sudden one day all the kids just died from sickness, and they blamed him. And all of a sudden, you just find yourself in his house years later after everybody's dead. And you have to get out of his house, and there's puzzles that you have to solve, and there's a mystery with ghosts pop up, and they're like, they call you the seventh, because like the guy had a dinner party, and at the dinner party there was a seventh guest, and it's you. You're the seventh guest, and I haven't finished it because I played this when I was younger. I never finished that either. When I was younger, I wasn't into the whole finishing games thing. That just wasn't a thing that I did. But now that I'm older, I'm gonna try to finish this up. The puzzles are really, really hard, but it's cool. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, a lot of those like older games, it's harder for like, hey, you want to try the Nintendo kids, and they're like, hey, this is hard. I'm gonna play Minecraft. And you're like, okay.
Basically, but one of the puzzles in the game, the very first puzzle, is there's a cake on the table, and there's 5 people in the room. And you have to distribute the cake evenly. There's all kinds of little toppings on the cake. There's a skull, there's a tombstone, and there's something else. I think the other piece is just a generic piece. You have to distribute for every person. You have to distribute like 3 pieces evenly, and they all have to go in a row. Like you can't get a piece from this section and a piece from another section. It has to be 3 even pieces from each side. They all have to go to each person exactly alike. And that was a B word. That was really hard. It took me a good 10 tries before I finally figured out the puzzle. So that shows you how the level of puzzles that are in there.
Have you tried any of the modern ones like
look at Scar.
Yeah, I see him. But
they actually had a sequel, and then like there was a GoFundMe to make a 3rd game. But it's like the whole TLC thing, where like TLC just took everybody's money and then make another album. Same thing here. They took people's money to make a 3rd game, and never made a 3rd game. It just gave everybody the middle finger.
Did TLC like go on tour with Lil Mama and all that shit at the time too?
Didn't they have a TV show where they had to find a member, and they like did they dump her or something?
They dumped her and then went on tour with Lil Mama.
Did anybody ever get that money back?
I don't think so. Well, I heard the people who put the money in the GoFundMe for Trump's wall. They get their money back because like this is stupid. Take your fucking money back.
No, because that dude was trying to do the same thing. He was going to run off with that money. Yeah. Because like that dude was not official at all. He was just a dude. It was like one of y'all putting up a GoFundMe. But yeah. But no, it was the same thing here. They were going to make a third game in this series, and
see, that's why I try not to do these Kickstarters and GoFundMes and shit like that, because like almost everything that people I know that put money into Kickstarter and shit like that, they never really get the thing that they thought they were getting.
They really don't. It rarely ever happens.
And then like when a lot of these stuff for like games, like they'll get to the end of it, they'll raise all of the money and be like, yeah, we need more money than this. So I'm like, nah, I'll wait till the game come out. It'll be all right.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I've always been apprehensive about joining some of these Kickstarter.
Yeah, I'll join the early access before I pay a Kickstarter. If it's something I really believe in, then I'll do an early access because at the very least I got a game that I can play if I do early access.
The dude that was going to make this game he even had the nerve to come out with a trailer.
Well, did that Star Citizen shit ever come out?
Star Citizen.
They've asked for like a ton of money, and it's been like years, and I don't think they have a full game yet. I don't know. I think that's what it's called, but I won't go put no money in this shit, so I don't know.
But yeah, so the dude who made this game, who was making the new Seventh Guest, he actually found the original, because like the cutscenes in the beginning of the movie, they're all full motion, and for 1993 that was impressive. So he found the original actor who played the Vagrant and got him to pop up in this trailer. and just gave everybody the middle finger and never came out with the game.
Okay, so we're gonna have to speed through the rest because we are grossly over time. And then I realized that I never talked about my third thing that I was watching.
I don't have another thing. Y'all go ahead. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, you have to say something because we don't know when you come back because your camera.
Well, you know what? When my thing goes off mute, that's when I'm back.
Okay, cool. Is it my turn? I played the Pokemon card game on my tablet at work.
How's that?
It worked just fine. I tried to play it on my iPad, but I got an iPad 2, and every time I tried to play it, the game just kept crashing. But I played the Pokemon card game at work, and it worked just fine. I was playing it just like I play it on the computer. I wish they would put shit like that on the Switch. I would dig something like that on the Switch as opposed to having to play it on my tablet, but the shit worked. Drained the fuck out of my battery though. But
well, they got Diablo on there. Do you think they'll put Hearthstone on there, or do they have it on there?
I've never seen Hearthstone on it.
Oh.
Is Hearthstone on the consoles?
I'm not sure. I've only seen it on PC and phones and stuff, tablets.
Yeah, see. I actually downloaded Hearthstone for my iPad and then just never used it. But it's the same game. Everything is exactly the same on the tablet. So nothing unusual there. Now, but I didn't talk about the other thing that I watched. I'm almost to the end of the first season of One Punch Man.
Oh yeah?
Yep. I tried to watch One Punch Man a long time ago, but it was subtitles, and I was not about to sit there and read it. But Hulu had a dub, so I started watching the dub.
Nice.
I'm tempted to watch one that's called Black Clover.
It's okay.
They said it's like My Hero Academia, but with like magic and shit.
It's by the same guys who did Naruto.
Yeah, I think it's this. I think that's all the same people, the Shonen Jump people.
But
I think it's all the same folks.
I watched an episode and there was like one character that just like screamed the entire time, and I never watched anymore. It was okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not really like. Someone just kind of likened them to each other, and since I like one, I figured I might try the other one, but I'm not in a rush.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did watch one. I did watch One Punch Man. One Punch Man. I'm almost at the end of the first season. I kind of like One Punch Man more than the other anime shit that I've watched recently, because just of the fact that like he literally hits things one time and it's over.
Yeah.
But then like the fact that like he only hits him one time, there's no fight. Like nobody actually believes him. No one believes him to be anything more than just a dude. And he doesn't want to be. He doesn't want to be like this like superhero, everybody knows my name type shit. It's just the fact that no one does. It's just kind of like, wow, no one really knows me. It's like I just saved the whole fucking city, and like no one knows that I fucking did it. But then he's just like, you know, I love the fact that like he literally hits one thing, like, and then there's one part where they're asking him like, how did he get like this? And he's like, okay, I'm gonna tell you, and it's like you got to do this, like you gotta, you know, do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and 100 squats every day. Like, you know, like it's just like, I mean, maybe that worked for you. I don't think that's gonna work for me, dog. And then just go running. It's like, I think you may have something else going for you because those things are not going to equal what the fuck you have right now. But like, it's cool. It's cool. I'm digging One Punch Man. I really dig it right now because My Hero doesn't come out until like later this year, the next season. So
right, yeah, because that's when I figured out that I was an anime fan. Is that I thought I wasn't, and then I just thought I was a person who liked some anime, just the ones I liked. and then I realized that is everybody that likes anime. That anime is not a genre; it's a medium, and there's different genres within anime. And the ones that I like are just considered something else. That I don't like the most of the Shonen Jump type shit, except for My Hero Academia. And so yeah, that's probably why I didn't really like Black Clover, and I didn't like Naruto. I think it's mostly just 'cause I didn't grow up with it. Like it's kind of hard for a 34-year-old.
I have no want to watch Naruto at all.
Because I like the ones to where like it's like a couple of seasons or like 20 episodes a season, and it's a story and it's done. Like those shows, they just keep going. It's like just filler after filler after filler of like thousands of episodes.
Right.
You know, it's like the soap opera of anime, and it just there's no point in trying to like watch all that shit because it's just going to be like a time killer, and I don't need something to kill time. I need something to like.
Right. I understand what you're saying.
Right.
But yeah, that I think that's the only other thing. I'm going to play some RimWorld, and I thought about starting new series on RimWorld Prison Architect and RimWorld Prison Architect and 2 Point Hospital for the YouTube page. I just haven't had the time to sit down and record it yet. But I am going to play some RimWorld after the show today.
Nice. Yeah, I'll probably finish Enslaved after the show today too, because I think I'm pretty close to the end. I think Sam's back. You got something else, man?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
No, I got nothing else.
Okay, I think that's pretty much it for us. I think we did it.
We didn't do music.
No, fuck that. We're not doing music. Like, no one who wants to sit there and listen to you talk for 20 minutes about some sort of fucking doom metal. That's not about the fucking happen.
I've been listening to a lot of hip hop lately, actually.
We don't care. This show is already way too long. This shit is supposed to be an hour. This shit is too long. No one fucking cares.
You guys ever heard that there's actual real Christian death metal?
Yeah, I know. I listened to it.
Like, what could you be talking? What could you read the Bible?
Leviticus. Leviticus sounds like something that they would say. You know, we just not even like anything about it. Just Leviticus. Like that shit sounds like something that you would say in that. Leviticus sounds like the name of a garage gospel doom metal band. Like it's Leviticus. Leviticus is going on tour with Deuteronomy.
And Deuteronomy is just one dude. He's Dude-a-Romedy. But
and then just in the opening act is like John 3:16. It's like, really? Okay, that shit made me laugh way too.
John is going to take the stage at 3:16.
Right. He's gonna be there that early. He's a good Christian boy.
You know, because everybody has to be.
He's got Bible study at 8. So.
You know, no, he goes to bed at 8:30. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he has to go home and get in at least one game of Smite.
He has to get all of his stuff done because he has to whip himself before bed. Like. All right, let me stop fucking with these people. Somebody come see me. Somebody gonna come see me about this shit. But
EDG's about to have your.
You're gonna send that albino from that albino dude from that freaking game. That
Angels
movie.
and Demons.
No, the other one.
Yeah,
the albino was in the.
It was in one of those, right?
Yeah. They're gonna send that dude after you.
But no, Angels and Demons was the one he was in. I thought the Da Vinci Code was the first one. He was in the second one, right?
He was in the Da Vinci Code. Angels and Demons was Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay, I'm confusing shit. My bad. So it was Da Vinci Code, and that dude was fucking nuts.
Yeah, he's the one who would be slapping himself.
But they kind of made a character like him. There's a character like him in Orphan Black.
Oh, really?
Kind of like you could tell that whoever created that character saw that movie. Like that's the type of shit we're talking about here. But that's enough for us today.
Yo, that dude was played by Jarvis. I had no clue.
Yes.
No idea.
And Vision.
Yeah.
Jarvis and Vision, same dude. You know what I'm saying? For real. I love how they kept the same dude who he just did the voice before. Like, did they tell him when he first started, like, eventually we're gonna do Vision, we're gonna let you play it too?
He's like, all right, Paul, you're gonna have to slap yourself at some point with the whip.
But I'm like, when he signed up to do the voice of the computer, did they tell him that he was going to be playing a character eventually? Or like,
no, I think they were actually looking for other dudes to play Vision. And then they finally just like, why don't we just get the same dude?
Yeah. Yeah.
They wanted that dude to be
that's the same dude from A Knight's Tale too, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. They wanted him to originally be Joker in Dark Knight.
Ooh.
You don't think so?
They probably did that because of A Knight's Tale. You know what I mean?
So.
That was his man's in them in A Knight's Tale. It was like, well, why don't you go get my man's in them? Like,
but yeah, he was the first dude that they wanted.
And then his man's in them got the role, and then like he's most people's quintessential Joker, even though mine is still Jack Nicholson. Like, fuck that shit. Fuck what you heard. Jack Nicholson is the Joker. For real. I said that shit. Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson, that's my Joker and my Batman. You know what I'm saying? For real. Fight.
Now, Bob, don't forget, you are my number one. A guy.
Please don't do that ever again. All right. So for the homie Chasing Sam, the homies Chasing Sam, I'm Scarfinger. This is Scarcasm. And we're out of here because we took too fucking long. So ain't no shout outs. Bye.
Peace.
Peace out to the Warriors, yo.
Later.
Yeah, dude, that was my number one takeaway
from
Jack Nicholson.
Guy.
That used to crack me up. When they show that on TV, I'd always wait for that part.
I'm gonna get some snacks and I'm going to fucking play some RimWorld while watching.
They got the nerve to be. I'm looking up that game I was telling you about that they had on Kickstarter. They got the nerve to be taking pre-orders now.
I wish a motherfucker would try to offer me a pre-order. Man, can we get the fuck out of here with this shit?
They exceeded their goal in 2015.
Wow. See, that's what that whole shit is a hustle, man. That whole shit is a hustle. I can't fuck with it. But I need to go because we took too long.
All right. Peace out.
Later.
Peace, y'all.